Good evening. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024, and this is the regular board meeting for the School District of Springfield Township. And this is one of our favorite meetings of the year, I think, both for the board, but also clearly for students and families. So thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. Let's go ahead and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And for reading the mission statement, we'll turn to Mr. Jordan.
Good evening. The mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community.
Thank you. We'll do roll call. Ms. Green.
Mr. Needleman.
Here.
Mr. DeFranco.
Here.
Mrs. Green. Mrs. Hubley.
Here.
Mrs. Hughes. Dr. Taratusky.
Here.
Mrs. Bell.
Here.
Mr. Jordan. Mr. Bedard.
Here. Just one announcement this evening. The board, at its discretion, may videotape all or any portion of these public board meetings, subject to the limitations set forth in policy 006 meetings. Board meetings will be broadcast on Friday afternoon following each board meeting. And first on the agenda this evening is the swearing in of our Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Damian Johnston.
First, but the judge trumps you all. All right, good evening, everyone. We're very happy to have Judge McGill here with us. At our last regular meeting of the Board of School Directors, Dr. Johnston received her second contract to serve as Assistant Superintendent for the school district, and I'm happy to hold the Bible while she takes the oath.
Raise your right hand, put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. There you go. All right.
IQ test to start. All right, we're good.
I, Damian Johnston,
I, Damian Johnston,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support, obey, and defend
that I will support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and of this Commonwealth,
and of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge
and that I will discharge
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
with fidelity.
with fidelity.
Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. I'm going to leave this for my friend.
Thank you, Judge. Congratulations, Dr. Johnston. It's as if you had done that before. Well done. I'll turn it over to Dr. Yannicone for the superintendent report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bedard. It's my pleasure to give a very brief report because we have such a great crowd here this evening and we want to get right to our spotlight. But I do want to take a moment to congratulate all of our music teachers, as well as our visual arts teachers, for an amazing Festival of the Arts over the last few weeks. We've had beautiful displays of student artwork in the high school library, at Enfield, and at the middle school. Just a few days ago, this room was full of artwork of our middle school students. In addition, we've had 3 of our 4 concerts. So we've had our concerts at the middle school and the high school last week, wonderful concerts, as well as last evening's first of 2 Erdenheim concerts, because we have so many musicians in the 3rd through 5th grade. We need 2 nights to get through all of their performances. So thank you very much to our teachers and our students and families for all of your support of the arts in Springfield Township. Next meeting, I want to give a little preview to our school board. Our June 4th meeting will include a spring athletics wrap-up. Because we are deep into the postseason with a number of our teams, we are going to have to wait a few more weeks to allow for us to be able to give you a complete report. We did just learn tonight that our boys baseball team unseated the #1 seed in the division. And so now they will move on to the district championship round. So wonderful accomplishment for our boys baseball team this evening. And our girls lacrosse team is in the second half as we speak, right over in Spartan Stadium. So we'll see how that works out this evening. So far, so good. We're up at the half. Not that anyone, I do receive text messages on a regular basis. And then finally, in my news and happenings, just wanted to say thank you this evening. We have a number of student school board representatives who have served for this school year, and they have done so beautifully. First of all, we had 3 students, and I don't actually see them here. I believe several of them have other events this evening. But we had 3 students who, for the first year in Springfield Township, served on our board committees. We had at the property committee, Chase Rubenkamp, who has been outstanding. I don't see Chase here, but I want to say thank you to Chase, and I have a certificate for him. Also want to thank our 2 academic affairs representatives, Ronan Kalina and Olivia Tao. I don't believe either Ronan or Olivia were able to make it this evening, but we're really grateful to all 3 of them. This was the first year we decided to expand our student board representatives to subcommittees, and they were excellent. They provided input and feedback throughout the year, and thrilled to have them. And for anyone who is currently a sophomore here this evening or hearing at home, we are currently seeking nominations and applications for sophomores who would be interested in serving as school board representatives for next year. We make it a junior commitment. It allows our students to really get engaged in a year that just before they apply for those post-secondary programs, gives them a great opportunity to grow and learn, and also a nice thing to add to the resume. And then here this evening for her last meeting is Nia Kennedy, and Nia has been our school board representative. She's also attended a number of our committee meetings, and she has been a wonderful representative of the school district student body. So Nia, congratulations and thank you. This evening, I also want to share on the board agenda, we have under academic affairs, several board motions. We have 3 calendars for the next 3 school years. For families who are here and families at home, these are slightly amended calendars. For the next 2 years, we realized that we had some feedback from families that you would love for us to try to reduce the number of half days, and if we need an in-service, to try to go with a full day, which is easier overall for childcare. And so with the change of election day in the state of Pennsylvania from mid-May to late April, starting next year, we are shifting to a full in-service day on that election day. And then we are eliminating the 2 half days at the end of April and in mid-May. That will also allow our administrative team and our staff in the buildings, when we are in the midst of assessment, both local and regional assessments and state assessments, that will be in a position to make sure that our students have a full day, whether that's for instruction or for testing. And then in the last year, there was an error in one of the dates in June. June 1st did not begin on the correct day of the week. And one of our parents very carefully caught that, so we've corrected that. So the next 3 years of calendars are on for amendment. In addition, we have our annual renewals for Chartwell's, our contract with our new food service company. I got great feedback and a double thumbs up from our second graders about the food from Chartwell's this year. I asked them to just pick their favorite menu item, and they couldn't do it. They named many, many things that they love, though I still think pizza is tops on the list, and breakfast for lunch. We also have the lunch prices for next year. There will be no increase in the lunch prices for our students. There is a very slight increase for our staff. In addition, we have our annual approval of depositories, so the banks with whom we do business, our purchasing cooperative with all of the local agencies that help us to get better pricing. And then we also have our non-tuition rates for students who are outplaced in the district. Under property, you'll see 2 contracts. One is for our accessibility ramp, which was awarded at the most recent property committee meeting, and we're asking you to vote on that ramp project. We expect to get finished this summer. That will provide ease of accessibility between the 2 playgrounds for for all mobility levels. In addition, we have our utility pole at the intersection of Hawes Lane and Springfield Way. Some families may recall that we had a power outage that affected 3 of our buildings. We have 1 utility pole that services Erdenheim, the middle school, and the high school. And that utility pole is going to be replaced because it is well past its usable life. And so that contract is also on the agenda. And that concludes my overall report. I'd like to invite up our coordinator for music in the district, Mr. Chuck Gottesman, and his team. Come on over to the podium. And I left the microphone there for you. As you all know, families who are here this evening, for the 11th year in a row, the School District of Springfield Township's music department has been named a tremendous award, and Springfield Township has been named one of the best communities in the nation for music education, and it is absolutely due in great part not only to our families and students who are dedicated and talented, but also to our music staff who are exceptional. So, Mr. Gottesman, I'll leave it to you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yannicone, and to everyone who's here tonight, thank you so much. And to our school board for taking time in May to spotlight our music department. We're very grateful, and we're glad to have so many students here in front of you tonight. We hope you're not offended when everybody gets up and leaves at the end of our portion. Speaking of which, music folks, if you would join us under the tree for a photo after we're done, it's a nice way to memorialize this event every May. So I want to turn the microphone over to Mr. Tyler Gibson, who will present certificates to our elementary students who participated in festivals this season.
Hi, thank you so much. This year I have some names to read out for Elementary Song Fest. It's a choral festival for select students in 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. This is actually the first one that they've had post-COVID, and the first one that I've been able to take students to. So I was really excited to get in the game this year. If you hear your name, please come on up. Elise Lackman. Yeah. Yeah. You have to shake my hand to get the certificate. Good job. Good work.
Well shaken.
Natalie Bishop. That's Natalie. Clara Colby. Right, I'll take it. Cade DiPasquale. Good work. Molly Ferguson. Jasper Core. Ian Rubin. And I believe my other 3 friends were not able to make it this evening, but I do want to just say their names super quick. Desmond Campbell, Lily Kelbel, and oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Mr. Barlow, Izzy Gallagher, were also invited to the festival. Thank you so much. And I believe we're going to pass it over to Mr. Barlow to highlight some middle school students.
So I've got a couple of groups with outstanding students to recognize, the first of which is going to be Elementary Band Fest, which happened for the first time since the before times when people like Will Toombs were members of that 5th and 6th grade group. So I would like to recognize these following 5 students who were members of PMEA Elementary Band Fest this year. Adam Schofield. Hey, good buddy. Jordan Wangdi. Annalise Smith. Elisa Lutz. Audrey Snyder. And that takes us to middle school Montco Band. This is a select group of 7th and 8th graders. Had this been in alphabetical order, I have destroyed that. So we'll start with Emma Toombs. Jackson Kelly, I didn't see, I don't think. Thank you. You've witnessed this now. Chloe Conwell, I don't believe I saw tonight, did I? Maddie Wilson, I did see. Aiden Flynn. Porter Brooks. Jonah Heastand. I'm gonna let you keep your gum this time. Sam Santa. Kieran Reeves. Isabella Nguyen. There goes Isabella. Colleen Colville. Francis Hardy. This is a several person job, a more than 2 people job. Abby Laurie. We may be a remarkable team at music, but at document distribution, we find ourselves falling short. Daniel Straub. Nat Lacey. Robbie Rivera. Anna McLaughlin. Oliver Carlson. Darcy Bechtel. Amelia DeFranco. Lucy Martin. And Eliana Dahlgren. I'll pass the mic to the capable hands of my colleague, Amy Benton.
We have 2 students from the high school choral program to recognize this evening. The first could not be here this evening. She is stage directing a musical because if you know Mary Kate Gallagher, of course she is. So I just wanted to recognize Mary Kate, even though she's not here. She was selected into the very prestigious PMEA District 11 choir with students from all of Montgomery and Bucks County. So that's a pretty big honor. So I wanted to recognize her. And then speaking of big honors, Isaac Darga was auditioned and accepted into All Eastern Honor Choir through ACDA, which is the American Choral Directors Association. And not only is that students from Pennsylvania, but that's the entire Eastern region of the United States. So that's a pretty big honor. So Isaac Darga. All right. And finally, Mr. Gottesman.
Teamwork. We're making the dream work, everybody. So the first set of honorees that we have for our band program at the high school participated in our Montco Band Festival that was hosted by Haverhill Horsham High School this year. We sent, I think we sent 21 students. So we'll bring them up to be recognized. First is Jordana Albanese. And next is Ruby Broussard. And Owen Chabinski. And Josie Clark. And Ella DiPasquale. I'm not sure if Sienna DePaul here. Thank you to Sienna. Kaylee Evans is here. Senior Kaylee Evans. And Ella DeFranco. Tommy Hasty. Sophomore trombonist Keegan Hurley. Josie Kling. Sophomore saxophonist. I'm not going to bother improvising. We'll be here all night. Gretchen Lynn. Lillian Martin. Senior Kaylee Newman. And sophomore French hornist Stella Protowski. And sophomore saxophonist Ari Schwartzman. Did I see Ari here? Thank you to Ari. Another sophomore French hornist, Will Toombs. And junior clarinetist Ella Walsh. And also from Montco Band, I know Alana Decker is not here, but I want to thank Alana as well for participating in Montco Band. So we have two more certificates to present to students that were actually already up here. Students that were selected for PMEA District 11 Band, which, as Mrs. Benton mentioned, is a really prestigious group and a challenging audition to place into. So we had two students. These students also went to the Montco Band Festival, but on different instruments. And that's something that I like to really trumpet about you guys. No pun intended. Well, maybe a little bit of a pun intended. So first, I'd like to bring up Stella Protowski, who qualified for District 11 Band as a sophomore on French horn. Thanks. And also, once again, Mr. Tommy Hasty, who qualified for districts on clarinet as a senior. So big congratulations to all of our certificate earners tonight. I just want to introduce all of the members of this wonderful music department, starting with Alyssa. Alyssa's here from our string program at the elementary school. because it's complicated. Alyssa Cherawati, that's right. Talk about complicated. We've also got Karen Kesavarmanajam. That's a great one. And Karen is our wonderful kindergarten through second grade music teacher at Enfield. We heard from Mr. Tyler Gibson, who does an outstanding job at Erdenheim. And we also heard from Mr. Barlow, who does such a great job with our band students here at the middle school. We only have one Benton here tonight. It turns out sometimes with two kids, it's hard to get both Bentons present. But for Rob Benton, who does such a great job with our elementary band students, I'd like to recognize Rob's contribution to our music program. And of course, his better half, Amy Benton, our high school choral director as well. So after 30 years in Springfield, this department has really grown into something that I'm truly not only proud of, but really glad to be part of such a friendly and welcoming group that makes children's lives so special through music. So if you'll join me in applauding my colleagues one more time. We have one more gentleman to present to you, and he's going to recognize our 11th achievement as one of the best communities for music education. This is Mr. Tom Kelly, who is a sales representative from Zeswitz Music and also a member of the National Association of Music Merchants.
Thank you, Mr. Gottesman. Appreciate it. Oh, that certainly is a tough act to follow. It's wonderful. Dr. Yannicone, Ms. Bedard, members of the board, ladies and gentlemen here tonight. I'm honored to be an ambassador, not only for an education representative from Zeswitz Music, but representing the NAM Foundation. And the NAM acronym stands for the National Association of Music Merchants. And just to give you a little background, this particular organization, foundation, started 25 years ago, where school districts as a whole could apply for the best communities for music education. Now, this process is rather lengthy. Mr. Gottesman will tell you it's about 35 pages of an application. And it does change from year to year. So it's just, you can't rehash the old because things change. I will mention that something drastic changed here, which I think is a testament to the continued support of the administration and the parents here. For the first time ever, we have a string program headed up by Alyssa Cherawati. She did a wonderful job this year. So I'm going to give a shout out to her. Congratulations. Getting it off the ground and getting it started. She's doing a great job. There's a ton of kids involved. And again, it gives credence to the support here in the school district of Springfield Township. So that application is not evaluated by the NAM Foundation. It is actually sent off to the University of Kansas, and it's evaluated not by the industry, but people outside of the industry. They go through the applications and kind of handpick those that should receive this particular accolade. There are 14,000 school districts in the country. This year, there were thousands of applicants. The school district of Springfield Township was one of 975 that actually got this achievement. So that's saying something in terms of the administrative support, the parent support, getting your kids an instrument, getting them back and forth to rehearsals. These folks, tireless. I work with them on a weekly basis. They have your child's best interest at heart. The programs that the certificates that were given out today, this is above and beyond the regular rigorous day of teaching. We know that music is valuable. Music makes you smarter. So congratulations to the parents that have continued to support your child in a musical endeavor. It starts at Enfield. If they don't have a positive experience there, they're never going to get to sing in the chorus. They're never going to get to a musical instrument. They're never going to get to participate in district band, honors band, song fests, those types of things. But Music does make you smarter. Test scores are higher than all get out when students are involved in music. It enriches the life of every student. So I congratulate you, your continued effort. 11 years in a row, Mr. Gottesman. This is pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. So congratulations. I'm honored to be here. I thank you for coming. We're going to do a photo op outside as we always do. And I send that off to the NAM Foundation. So you might even see yourself on the NAM Foundation website. So congratulations. Thank you for your time.
To everyone who joined us here tonight, and congratulations to all of our workers. Thank you.
Thank you, yes. Mr. Kelly, I want to say thank you very much to you.
It's my pleasure.
Absolutely, thank you.
Congratulations. This will come back to you.
That would be wonderful. I think you wanted it on the photo in the beginning. And before we dismiss everyone, I do just want to say thank you again, Mr. Gottesman. You've done a wonderful job leading the department. You do such a great job introducing the rest of your team. And I want to make sure you get your due recognition as well as the leader of this group and a very long-standing member of this community, over 30 years in music education. I'm thrilled that you've been able to lead the department to such excellence. And I know that our community is grateful for your leadership. All right, so at this time, we're going to dismiss everyone who's here for music to go out and take that photo under that beautiful tree. And we'll hope to see you in the future and have a wonderful summer. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Kelly. And that concludes my report.
Congratulations. For those online, we're going to give everyone just a minute. Quite an exciting room. Thank you to the parents. Congrats to every award winner tonight.
Sorry that we missed Jordan Harris, one of our senior musicians. His certificate was stuck inside another one. That happens. And I believe we ran into the same situation with our freshman trumpet sensation, Eva Na, who's also an outstanding jazz guitar player.
All right, for those online, thank you for your patience. What a group in the room today. Public service, it is fun when people show up for these meetings, so please do join us at the Audion. All right, we're going to get into a section that is just as exciting, which is our reports and information. I mean, it's even an exciting title that we put on this. Reports and information. So we're going to start with our homeschool partnership updates from Ms. Christia Donahue, who is online. So if we could elevate Ms. Donahue.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Hi, Christia. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great. That was impressive with all those amazing awards. So thank you on behalf of the EHSP and all of our elementary members for our elementary music staff. We are very, very grateful for their work with our children. We had a very busy spring. We celebrated our Staff Appreciation Week with a full week of events. I want to give a thank you to Gigi's and Fruit for being amazing partners to work with this year. We also added a wonderful breakfast for our transportation staff this year, and it was really fun to go to their building and host a breakfast for our hardworking bus drivers and transportation staff, and they were very fun and spirited to work with, so that was exciting. This past weekend we had our carnival, and it was a record-breaking carnival for us. We had what we anticipate, we're doing our final numbers, but close to at least 1,000 people there. And we raised almost $19,000, which is more than double what we had on our budgeted goal. So that was just amazing. And we're really grateful for everybody coming out and really, joining us on that beautiful day for this community event that also serves as our largest fundraiser. We've had Color Day that we've been joining with the schools to celebrate, and we worked with fifth grader Jesse Sign on a beautiful new t-shirt design for this year. We do a logo contest with our fourth and fifth graders, and his design was chosen. And so if you see the new steel or blue shirts around town, that was courtesy of our fifth grader Jesse Sign, who designed those, and they're just a really fabulous representation of a Spartan logo. We also have a new reusable tote that is up in our Spiritware store that I wanted to make everyone aware of, especially with the plastic bag ban here in the township. We have a beautiful tote. It's $20, and it's in partnership with our Sustainability and Garden Committee. One of our local parents designed a beautiful nature-inspired Spartan S for the bag, and that's up on our store now. We are also wrapping up the celebrations and going into the final, weeks of our fifth graders at our elementary school. And so we're really excited to be celebrating them with their move up ceremony. We had a really, really fun glow party a couple of weeks ago that they all, had a blast in. And we're just excited to celebrate their final weeks with our elementary school. We also wrapped up our last family fun night. We were able to do all of our family fun nights again this year. And they were just a great opportunity for all of our families to come together and get to know one another better and just let loose and have some fun at the schools. So we had our second grade one a few weeks ago, and it was a science night, and they just had a blast. And lastly, we are just finalizing all of our teacher and staff grants. That's the bulk of our fundraising goes to support our teachers and our staff and our grade levels with grants. So we just want to remind all of our staff to submit their grant requests to us by the end of the school year so that we can make sure that we're supporting them with all of this hard work fundraising we've been doing all year long. So I think that's it from us.
Ms. Donahue, thank you for an awesome update and congratulations on the results of the fundraising. That is truly incredible and will go a long way to support the mission of the Homeschool Partnership. Any comments or questions from the board? All right, Ms. Donahue, thank you very much. Now we will turn things over to our student representative to the board, Ms. Nia Kennedy.
At Enfield, they held their yearly Festival of the Arts on May 1st. This was an exciting evening that featured music, interactive art, and our second grade drumline. Families had a great time exploring the student art on this night. The middle school kids joined them on May 10th for their yearly day of service. They were allowed to lead both the science projects for second grade and the kindergarten book exchange. At Erdenheim, they appreciated your purchases from their spring pop-up sale. This week, you will have received a call to pick up your order. A special dinner and dessert dine and donate event was hosted on Wednesday, May 15th. At the middle school, Mr. Cannon and Mr. Williams plan an entertaining fundraising event for the American Heart Association every year. They held a pop darts tournament this year. Congratulations to Harper Gray and Cameron Bronson, the winners of the AHA tournament this year. And last, the high school is hosting some exciting end-of-the-year activities. Dorney Park is the destination for the class of 2025 on Wednesday, May 29th. This field trip is open to all 11th graders. On Friday, May 31st, the senior class excursion will take place at Hershey Park. Remember these dates. On Wednesday, May 22nd, from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., Villanova University in Radnor, Pennsylvania, will host the Mainline Regional College Fair. And that's all I have for my last report.
Well, awesome report as always. Any comments or questions from the board? Ms. Kennedy, thank you for your service to the board. You've been an awesome addition to this team, and I appreciate you keeping us in the loop on everything happening with the students. Thank you. All right, on to academic affairs. We will have an update from Ms. Hubley.
Thank you. The Academic Affairs Committee met on May 14th at 5:30 p.m. on Zoom. The committee members that were in attendance were Eileen Bell, myself, Dr. Yannicone, Dr. Johnston, and Olivia Taylor, student representative. Additional panelists were Dr. Rittenhouse, Dr. Fuller, Dr. Scraggin, Megan Simica, Bill Cruson, Ariel Franks, Corey Bruger, Dr. Lutz, Dr. Dennis, and Mr. Lutz. Dr. Johnson, along with members of the faculty departments, presented course overview documents to outline newly revised courses in elementary health, middle school science, middle school ELA, and high school science. Each is aligned to key state standards, has updated guiding essential questions, and the course concepts and skills have all been aligned to the components of the SDST profile of a graduate. The members of the committee expressed their gratitude to the faculty for their dedication and excellent work products in creating new overviews. All overviews were approved for implementation in the fall of 2024. Dr. Yannicone and Mr. Luntz then provided an overview of the district's strategic work on addressing the ways in which artificial intelligence is utilized and addressed within the district. Under their leadership, there has been staff input, a committee, and professional learning to ensure our students and staff are on the front line of integrating artificial intelligence into our work. Additionally, in the coming month, these guidelines will be accompanied by proposed board policy. PSBA recently released a draft policy which will be reviewed and presented for consideration to the policy committee in the fall of 2024. As Dr. Yannicone had said earlier in the meeting, there are revised calendars. 3 years of revised calendars were proposed in order to accommodate the shift in the Pennsylvania primary election date. The primary election date has historically been on the second Tuesday in May. In 2024, it shifted to the fourth Tuesday in April, and as a result, our previous half-day in-service is no longer relevant on that date. Additionally, since most Montgomery County schools are closed for Election Day, many professional learning opportunities for faculty and staff are available. Therefore, the district administration is recommending that we combine the previous 2 half-days, the last Friday in April and the second Tuesday in May, into one full professional learning day on primary election day, the fourth Tuesday in April. I feel like that's confusing, but I hope everybody understood. The revised calendars are available for review. The committee agreed to move this forward to the board tonight for action. There were also some academic updates. The first one was the special education. There was special education and student services. One was the ESY program for 2024. Dr. Dennis provided an overview of the program this year. It will begin on July 8th for the full-time students. There will be over 80 students served in the full-time itinerant and tutoring programs this summer. The program will span 5 weeks from Monday through Thursday and will be housed again this summer in the middle school. Dr. Dennis's report on the newly formed SSEPAC, which is the Coalition of Families Whose Children Receive Special Education Support Services. This group of families will engage in ongoing dialogue and discussion to enhance family engagement, collaboration, and partnership with the district. The first event was a community building picnic, which was held in the Erdenheim Gym and was attended by over 60 participants. Under sport support services, the handbook and code of conduct updates. Dr. Lutz joined the meeting to provide updates which will be presented to the board for approval in the student handbook. These handbooks are updated annually. This year, a new update on the foster care homeless student policy and annual notice will be included. Additionally, a change is being recommended to our attendance tracking system, where a note from a doctor or dentist is no longer required when a child arrives late or departs early from school to attend these appointments. Instead, a note from a parent or guardian will be accepted in order to record the lateness, early departure as an excused absence. Dr. Lutz also indicated that last year, the Code of Conduct in K through 5 and the high school has been substantially revised and updated. This year, the primary update is for the middle school, where clarification and increased expectations for limiting cell phone use during the school day will be enforced by having chronic users leave their phones in a safe place in the main office during the school day in order to reduce the tendency to use the phone in hallways or at other times during the day. She reiterated that the middle school students do not have permission to use their cell phones during the school day. And then lastly, Dr. Johnson reported that PSSA testing has completed for those in grades 3 through 8. Keystone testing and the AP testing are underway at the high school. Middle school keystones for algebra will be administered next week, and we anticipate receiving these results in the early part of the summer, and will update the Academic Affairs Committee at the fall meeting in 2024. There was no public comment, and our next date won't be until September of 2024. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hubley. Any comments or questions on the academic affairs update? All right. Thank you very much for the report. Now we'll hear from Mr. DeFranco with our property committee report.
Thank you. Property Committee met on Friday, May 17th at 8 a.m. by Zoom. In attendance, we had Ms. Bell, myself, Mr. Needleman. From the administration, Dr. Yannicone, Ms. Green, Mr. Watley, Ms. Jenko, Dr. Rittenhouse, and Mr. Lutz. From student advisory, we had Chase Rubenkamp. And then we had contracted presenters, including Mr. D'Amico from the Schrader Group and Mr. Taylor from Dewey Associates. On the agenda, Mr. Lutz discussed the high school large group instruction room renovation that's underway. He focused on updates for the warranty information, training updates, and then utilization of the tech budget for ongoing maintenance beyond installation. Next up, we reviewed the middle school renovation additions project. This discussion was presented by Mr. Taylor. We received the project update, including design phase activities to date. There was a review of the project schedule, currently working on land development approvals and construction documents. The bidding phase is slated to begin in September. Early procurement and construction is slated to begin towards the end of December. There was a review of the schematic design budget, no changes from the previous update. And then Mr. D'Amico of the Schrader Group presented a detailed design development drawing review of the project. It's always exciting to see it in those details. I just can't wait until we're seeing it in person here. Next, we had a capital improvement update provided by Mr. Taylor. For the building assessment and capital improvements project update, site investigations are complete. Prioritizations, values, and categorization is underway. He next reviewed the 2024 summer projects. This includes phase 2 of the high school roof replacement. This had been previously awarded. It's scheduled to begin in June, should be completed in August. The Erdenheim ADA ramp and site enclosure was awarded. Previously, we have it scheduled to begin in June. It should be completed through August. However, there is a possible delay due to the railings. The final measurement of those cannot be completed until the concrete is poured. So hopefully they're able to turn that around quickly. And then the high school utility pole replacement, we received 2 bids on that. The award is on the agenda for this evening. This will require a complete facility power down at some point over a weekend. And then the high school track timing system, 2 bids were received. This award is on the agenda for this evening as well. Looking forward to the fall, we have the middle school track high jump, discus pad and netting, and then some micro grading of a small section of the field. This will go out to bid in June, anticipated completion by the end of December, depending on equipment delivery and weather. There's also an ongoing investigation into grants to possibly replace some ventilation units at the middle school in Erdenheim. And then we moved on to the operations capital projects update provided by Mr. Watley. Enfield beautification, this will involve the hill along Montgomery Avenue, making improvements there so that it's more beautiful. What else could it be? District-wide painting is necessary. I believe we work on that every summer. And then the summer deep cleaning. There's also HVAC maintenance and investigation to further address noise issues. And then the completed projects, the new high school school board is up and fully functional. And then the salt bin has been covered. For more information and to see detailed discussions, please consider reviewing the video recording of this committee meeting. There were no public comments and future meeting dates are to be determined. Thank you.
All right, great update. Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, well done. We will now open it up to public comments on agenda items, and I'll turn it over to Mr. Needleman.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bedard. At this time, we'll take comment on agenda items. As a reminder, we have a 3-minute time limit for anyone who wishes to make a comment. And I'm just going to ask that before you do so, you let us know where you live in the township. I don't see that anyone has signed up to join us or to speak who is joining us in person. So I'll turn things over to the folks who are joining us online. If you do want to speak, please just raise the digital hand anyway, and we can get to you that way. I don't see any hands raised.
Seeing no hands, we'll jump right into our agenda for this evening. First item is approval of minutes. Recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the board minutes from April 16th, 2024, the regular board meeting. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Minutes are good. Approval of our treasurer's report. The recommended action here is the Board of School Directors approves the April 30th, 2024 treasurer's report per the attachment. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. We're good. Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Report is good. We'll move on to human resources. We have this meeting's personnel file. First up, our recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment. Certified. Nope, I did it again. Certificated. Nope, it's certificated. Is that how we say that? Okay, I'll check in with the language arts afterwards. Certificated personnel, support personnel, temporary personnel, 2024 extended year program personnel, extra pay for extra responsibilities for the 2024 and 2025 school year, and conference workshop attendance. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? All right, personnel file is good to go. On academic affairs, our first recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the 2024-2025 extended school year contract between Springfield Township School District and New Hope Academy for student number 2024-0521-01 in the amount of $6,000. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? New Hope Academy contract will pass. Next, recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the master service agreement between the Devereaux Foundation and Springfield Township School District for extended school year education services from July 1st, 2024 to August 31st, 2024. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? All right, we're good on the Devereaux Foundation Service Agreement. Next, recommended action, item 3 under academic affairs. The Board of School Directors approves the tuition agreement between the School District of Springfield Township and Comprehensive Learning Center Incorporated for the 2024-2025 school year for student number 2024-0521-02 in the amount of $124,150. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Great. Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Very good. We'll move on to the item number 4, school year calendars. We have 3 school year calendars bundled here. I'll detail them in the recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves the amended calendars for 2024, 2025, 2025 to 2026, and 2026 through 2027 school year calendars. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on the school year calendars?
Just to clarify, 2027 calendar, that's still starting in August. Just wanted to double check. I didn't think we changed that, but I just wanted to confirm that.
All right.
So sorry, one more question. Are we doing this together as one bundle? Are we separating years out?
If we have it on the agenda for one, I'm happy to break them out as 3 votes. We can certainly do that. Okay, then I will read off each of them in kind. We'll do the 2024-2025 amended calendar A, which is labeled after Labor Day. All those in favor of 2024-2025 say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And any abstentions? All right, 24-25 is good. The 2025-2026 amended calendar updated after Labor Day. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And any abstentions? Great, that will pass. Finally, 2026-2027 calendar A updated. This is before Labor Day. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? Okay, 26-27 will pass with 1 nay vote. Thank you. We'll move into the finance section. First recommended action, the Board of School Directors approves the food service management renewal with Compass Group USA Incorporated, known as Chartwells, at a flat fee of $39,292 for the 2024-2025 school year, and authorizes the business administrator to electronically sign and submit the required PDE documents. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on Compass Group USA? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Very good, that will pass. We'll move to the 2024-2025 breakfast and lunch prices. Recommended action. Board of School Directors approves the breakfast and lunch prices for the 2024-2025 school year as follows. Elementary breakfast, $1.50. Elementary lunch, $2.75. Secondary breakfast, $1.50. Secondary lunch, $3. Adult breakfast, $3. Adult lunch, $4.75. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. All right. Any comments or questions on breakfast and lunch prices?
Just out of curiosity, is like the adult one a bigger size? Is it different than, right? So like the secondary breakfast, I'm assuming you're talking about like the middle school and the high school versus the element, like they're different things?
The adult lunches are not different. The Department of Education's food service division provides us with a tool that we have to calculate based on some inputs that we have. And it provides us with the number that we have at a minimum that we have to charge for adults. So that calculation comes up through that tool, and we can't go below that. So that's how those numbers get derived. It's not a bigger portion size. They get the portion size.
It's the
that's-
same thing. It's like a subsidized thing, like the kids' food is more subsidized, you mean, than the adults?
It's not necessarily subsidized. It's National School Lunch Program. It's not necessarily the meal. They get the same type of meal that the students do. But the prices are determined by a tool that is provided by PDE that we have to follow.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Was a helpful question. Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Great. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay.
No. No.
Was that a nay vote, Ms. Hubert?
No.
Were you reading something online? What happened?
No, I just was like, I don't even know. Wasn't paying attention. That's what it was.
Okay, so we got a yay vote.
I am yaying that vote,
Okay,
yes.
great. All right, I'm pretty sure lunch just passed. But is there any opposed, say nay? We have none, and any abstentions from those who don't like breakfast for lunch? Oh, all right, these will pass for the record. All right, on to our annual designation of depositories. Recommended action here, the Board of School Directors approves the following depositories for the 2024 and 2025 school year. 1, Pennsylvania Local Government Investment Trust, PLGIT. Number 2, Pennsylvania School District Liquid Asset Fund, PSDLAF. Number 3, Wells Fargo. Number 4, PNC Bank. Number 5, TD Bank. Number 6, Santander Bank. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second.
Second.
Any comments or questions on our depositories? I just have one for clarity. Did we change any of the depositories year over year?
No,
No, so same crew and we've been happy.
that's correct.
Wonderful. Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? That will pass. Next, cooperative purchasing. Recommended action. Bear with me, lots of words and letters. The Board of School Directors authorizes participation in the following joint purchases program to make joint purchases of material, supplies, and equipment for 2024-2025. Association of Educational Purchasing Agencies. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of General Service Contracts, known as COSTARS. The Keystone Purchasing Network, known as KPN. The Montgomery County Intermediate Unit Joint Purchasing Consortium. Sourcewell. The National Buy Board Cooperating Purchasing. The National Cooperative Purchasing Alliance, known as NCPA. The Pennsylvania Capital City Automotive and Equipment Contract, known as PACC. Pennsylvania Educational Purchasing Program, known as PEPPM. Southeastern Pennsylvania Buying Group, known as SEPA. The Cooperative Purchasing Network, known as TCPN. The Interlocal Purchasing System, known as TIPS. U.S. Communities, and the U.S. General Services Administration Cooperative Purchasing, known as the U.S. General Services Administration Cooperative Purchasing. That was for my own entertainment. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. All right, any comments or questions on our collective purchasing programs? They seem to be comprehensive. All right, all those in favor say aye. 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 Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Excellent. We'll move to our next topic, which is non-resident tuition rates. I predict that an explanation will be required. The recommended action here is the Board of School Directors approves the following non-resident tuition rates for the 2024-2025 school year as determined by the 2022-2023 annual financial report data and calculations approved by the Pennsylvania Department of Education For grades K through 6 elementary, tuition rate of $16,559.49 annually or $92 daily. For grades 7 through 12 secondary, tuition rate of $17,293.52 annually or $96.08 daily. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Thank you. And a second. Any comments or questions on our non-resident tuition rates?
I have one. I feel like I might ask this every year, but so the obligatory explanation of when these rates come into play.
Why do we have those?
Make sure that it's crystal clear.
Yes, to be very crystal clear, we do not take tuition from students, from outside students, but this is the rate that's determined by PDE using our most recent AFR data, which is our annual financial report, which was the 22-23 school year. There's a calculation that is done, very comprehensive, based upon our how our actual expenditures happened in that year. They come up with a calculation to determine a rate that if a community resident were to attend our school, that would be the rate that they would be charged on a daily and annual basis, depending on the number of days that they were here. And Dr. Yannicone will supplement.
So we hope not to have to do this very often, but on occasion, we have someone who we find out was not actually a resident of the district. And we need to charge them for the days that they attended school during which they were not residents of the district. And so you see a daily rate there and an annual rate. It is meant, I think, in some ways to be a deterrent to families attempting to enroll a child when they are not a legal resident of the district. Does that help to answer the question?
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you for that. Any other comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? All right, we're good on tuition. In the property category, we have 2 items to close this out for this evening. Our first is Lynch Company. A.N. Lynch Company, excuse me. Recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves A.N. Lynch Company as the lowest responsible bidder for the Springfield Township High School utility pole equipment replacement project in the amount of $88,000. Is there a motion? And a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions on the replacement project? Yeah, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. And any abstentions? We're good to go. And finally, Wise Electrical Contractors, the recommended action. The Board of School Directors approves Wise Electrical Contractors as the lowest responsible bidder for the Springfield Township High School track timing system, a data power project in the amount of $144,500. Is there a motion? And a second? Any comments or questions?
I'm just like curious about this, like, is the one we had not good? Like, do you have to update it? Like, just curiosity question.
Sure. The one we had is definitely not good because it's non-existent.
Okay. I don't know. So that's why I'm asking.
So, fully automatic timing, several years ago, the board approved us purchasing a system for fully automatic timing, which assists with, being precise in the times that our athletes are finishing races. However, when the turf was installed, I think 8 years ago now, we didn't run electric underneath at the finish line. And so this is the job to do that work so that we can actually connect the fully automatic timing that currently is attempting to be managed through the crow's nest, which is not quite accurate.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And any abstentions? All right, we'll move to public comment on non-agenda items, and I'll turn it to Mr. Needleman.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. So at this time, we'll take comment on non-agenda items. I don't see that anyone has signed up to join us online, but it looks like someone's approaching the podium. So with Mr. Bedard's approval, I'll just ask you to identify yourself and please tell us where you live in the township. And please do keep in mind, we have a 3-minute time limit.
It's going to be quick. Lee Aberley, 528 Jordan Road, in Winmore. I just have a question about the calendars. So I guess it is really an agenda item. It'd be really helpful for families if you could also include the ESY dates in the school calendars, especially for the next 3 years. They've moved around a little bit. If school is going to be starting 2027, it'd be really good to understand those dates so that families can do planning appropriately. So just for consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't see that anyone else has signed up to speak in person, so I'll turn things to our online audience and ask if they want to speak about anything to please raise the digital hand. And I'll just remind everyone that we do have a 3-minute time limit, and I'll ask you to identify where you live in the township. And I don't see any hands raised, so at the risk of babbling further, I think we can probably close things out.
All right, for those online, we'll keep watching for hands. In the meantime, we'll announce some future meeting dates. We have an interim board meeting coming up on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. This will continue to be a hybrid meeting. And our next regular board meeting is Tuesday, June 18th, 2024, also a hybrid meeting. I believe is that the last meeting of the school year. So should be a fun and raucous regular board meeting. We'll see everyone there on June 18th. Reminder that all meetings are held here in the Audion, which is located in the middle school next to the cafeteria, if you'd like to join us in person. Those are all the upcoming meeting dates. I believe the committee meetings are done for the year as well. So congratulations to all the committee members and thank you for the energy and time both the administration and board members put into those meetings. And congratulations again to the award winners this evening, to Dr. Johnston on being sworn in, and to the district in general for continued support of music education, such a well-rounded part of the offering of the district. And I know I speak for the whole board when I say we are just proud to be a small part of supporting the administration, parents, and students on that journey of education and community involvement. So congratulations this evening. Any comments or questions from other board members? Okay, Dr. Yanacone, anything to close the meeting?
No, thank you very much.
All right. Enjoy the beautiful weather, everyone. Thanks for being here.